Today we're going to be attempting to make one of the things that we miss the most on keto, and that is a fluffy, buttery biscuit, like Red Lobster's Cheddar Bay Biscuits. But a buttery Cheddar Bay biscuit, like you would get from Red Lobster, is forbidden on a ketogenic diet. So today we're going to be trying to recreate it. And one of you guys mentioned in our comments that you wanted us to try this. This is chicken flour. That's right. It's flour that's made out of chicken breast. It says here that all the ingredients are chicken, Redmond real salt, and purified water, which is probably not in here anymore because it's dry. So after we got some comments about this product, we went to the website and we decided to give it a go. This is by Carnivore Crisps, and we're going to be leaving a link to Carnivore Crisp in the description below, along with a coupon code if they give us one. My twin sister Sarah and I have been living a technically keto lifestyle since January of 2019, and we've lost a combined total of 160 pounds. And Sarah and I like trying carnivore recipes. We've tried carnivore bread, carnivore more bread, carnivore flatbreads. We've tried many of these recipes, and honestly, if you're following a ketogenic lifestyle, sometimes it's nice to add in these recipes into your ketogenic journey because they cut down on the carbs and they cut down on all of the excess flours that you would be using on keto, like almond flour and coconut flour. Just because you're keto does not mean that you can't add in some carnivore recipes if you're looking to bring down that carb count. So after we heard about this product, we went online and we ordered some of it to try it because we like to actually buy what we're gonna try to give you guys an unbiased review. And so we decided to take a gander through their recipe section on their website and scrolled right past the desserts because I don't know if I'm ready yet to try a carnivore chicken dessert. But we did scroll past a recipe that caught our attention, and it's for carnivore scones using the Carnivore Crisp chicken flour. And I was thinking about what we could create with this flour, and we've decided to use this scone recipe and combine it with what we would think would make the ultimate carnivore keto Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit. Funny story, Sarah is actually the reason why Red Lobster stopped serving unlimited Cheddar Bay Biscuits.
What do you mean they stopped it?
On the website, if you go there, it says that every entree is served with only 2 Cheddar Bay Biscuits from Red Lobster now.
That is so disappointing.
Yeah, the company was losing too much money. I'm kidding. But we did go there a lot growing up. I probably haven't been there in 15 years, but Sarah and I would literally go there for the biscuits and nothing else. Shrimp scampi and the Cheddar Bay Biscuits, basically butter in the biscuits and then more butter to dip it in. Even the shrimp was an afterthought. You're gonna be needing Carnivore Crisp chicken breast flour. We decided to go a little fancy today and use the Kerrygold cheddar for the cheddar in our Cheddar Bay Biscuits. We have some plain Greek yogurt. We have baking powder, Old Bay spice, parsley. You're gonna need cold, unsalted butter, garlic. We're using garlic powder for this. We have some green onion, and that's it.
What does it smell like?
Chicken.
Who would have thunk it?
Okay, so we have all of our recipe ingredients laid out. We're going to be adding in a cup of the Carnivore Crisp chicken breast flour into a bowl. We're going to be adding some baking powder to that. We're mixing that together, and then we're going to add in our cubed or severed butter that we have been putting actually in the freezer because you're going to want to be pressing in the butter and the flour with your hands to evenly distribute it. Try to evenly distribute the butter into the chicken flour, and we're going to be starting to add in our ingredients now. We're going to be adding in our shredded cheese, green onion, parsley, Old Bay seasoning, and garlic. And we're gonna mix that all together, and then we're gonna add in our yogurt. And that's gonna kind of create like the moisture that you're gonna want to create it into one big ball. My gut instinct is that this is pretty dry, so I'm going to be adding in the 1 to 2 tablespoons of water. So we haven't added any additional salt into this recipe because there's salt in the chicken flour and then there's salt in the cheese. The cheese is quite salty, the one that we use, so keep that in mind. As we were working this dough, we realized that it's kind of hot in here because it's like 90 degrees out today. If it gets hot, stick it in the freezer for a couple of minutes to get it nice and cold again because you don't want like that butter to melt before you form your scones or your biscuits. I was actually going to press these into biscuit shapes. Do you want to do that, or do you want me to do it into scone shape?
I would say whatever is easier.
I think that it might be easier just to cut them into scone shapes because it might be easier. This is a lot crumblier than I thought it was going to be. We ended up adding about 4 tablespoons of water in here to try to get it to like stick together. I'm carefully transferring our scones to the sill mat. We have our oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I'm scared. Into the oven, it's going to go for about 20 minutes. So we just took a peek at it. It has 4 minutes left, but I peeked and they look pretty dark already, so I'm kind of afraid. I think I'm gonna take them out right now. Oh, that's not that
nice
bad.
Golden.
I think that I want to put them on like a rack to dry, or should I just let them kind of cool here?
I wouldn't touch them. I would let them cool off here.
We are just gonna let these cool completely, but we are going to be melting some butter individually. We're gonna each have our own butter dish, and into that I'm gonna be adding some parsley and some garlic powder because I'm literally gonna be dipping this into butter and eating it. So here we have our biscuit scones. I got scared. I wanted to make biscuits, and then I just
Chickened out.
I chickened out, exactly, because the scones, I feel like they held up better. Maybe if we had a mold or something to press it in, but at that point I was like squares, triangles, rectangles, rhombuses, it doesn't matter.
Do the shapes matter? No. I mean, they held up pretty well, I think. What do you think?
Cheddar Bay triangles. I brushed a couple with some butter. We're gonna try it. Before we get into it though, yes, this company, they are a very small company, and this is a product that's made 100% of chicken. So it is going to be pricey. Sarah and I just like trying different things on our channel. Like, we want to see what's out there in the world of keto or carnivore baking. And so, yeah, we were happy to try this, and I hope it tastes good. So we did end up cooking these for about 17 minutes, and they are pretty brown. I'm not sure if it's because of what we added. I was kind of afraid to go longer than that because the original recipe said 20 to 25 minutes, and we ended up cooking them at like 17 minutes, so.
It's very crumbly. Good flavors here with the garlic and the parsley and the butter. You can't go wrong with butter.
I like it.
I'm not sure why they didn't add an egg. Maybe an egg would help it to stick better. Because it is pretty crumbly. Not too bad though.
It's super buttery though.
Yeah.
I mean, we put butter in it, and we're dipping it in butter. And it does have the flavors of the Cheddar Bay biscuit, I would say. Sarah is a biscuit fiend.
I was going to say connoisseur,
but I like it. So we kind of went into this thinking it would turn out like a biscuit, but honestly, a scone is a lot drier than a biscuit.
That's true.
So maybe we were wrong to try to make this recipe into a biscuit because a scone does taste like this. It is kind of drier on the drier
crumblier side.
Right. It's not a biscuit. Like, Sarah is, like I said, biscuit fiend or whatever. So she is tasting this thinking, I want biscuit. But it's not a biscuit, it's a scone.
I say it's a pretty good scone.
Right.
Biscuit, maybe not.
Are we going to title this video? We tried to make a biscuit and ended up with a scone. I can imagine serving this alongside some soup. Like a tomato soup or something. That would not be carnivore, obviously.
It does have a decent amount of salt in there. We did not add any salt additionally. We used unsalted butter. We did use a cheddar cheese that was on the saltier side. But on the website, they actually had a note that said, you know, be careful on the salt intake because it's already pretty salty, and I would agree with that. I like salt.
Right.
Especially being keto, I feel like I crave it, but you do not need additional salt with this recipe.
I'm on my second one. I think that this turned out well for a scone. It's crumbly. The flavors are all there. It's very flavorful. And dipped in butter, I mean, I ate two.
And it's really great that there are no nuts in this recipe.
Right.
I feel like with keto, everything is either made of a nut flour or coconut flour or lupin flour, and it's really cool to utilize something really different. We did reach out to Carnivore Crisp, and they did give us a coupon code for you guys. If you use code KETOTWINS, you're going to get 10% off your order if you guys want to try any of their products. And if you guys see any recipes that look interesting that you want us to try using this flour, please let us know, and we'll look into it. We like trying new things on our channel. We call ourselves the Keto Twins Test Kitchen. And please, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps out our channel. It's free, and we're really trying to hit 250,000 subscribers this year. If you guys would like to see the video where we made a carnivore flatbread, you can click right here, and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.